Oh, that was unexpected.
Hi, we're live. Andy, you're lagging a little.
Duncan just.
And you're pixelated.
Pixelated and you're lagging.
Stupid GSU Wi-Fi. Let's see. I'm not straight. Is it better or worse?
It's like causing the darkness to come forth. It looks like you're like shutting off your lights.
Yeah.
I can see like. Let me back you for a second back.
Okay.
Oh, well, we're live together.
Yep.
Good afternoon, Miraculous. I mean, morning, good afternoon, morning. I don't know where anyone's at.
They're somewhere.
Somewhere
over the rainbow.
Yes.
Andy, you're still lagging.
Hey.
Andy, by the way, she has never watched Code Lyoko.
Huh?
She's never watched Code Lyoko.
I'm not gonna lie, neither have I. Like, I haven't watched it like in depth. I've seen. Like,
Y'all curse.
I've seen glimpses. I haven't seen the full episode.
I'm throwing my phone out. I'm out. I'm done.
Okay.
Maybe I can turn off the Wi-Fi and then come back in. I don't know. I'll be right back.
I don't want to look like a ghost anymore.
I don't think I look anything else. Oh, I'm getting a new phone. It's coming in on Tuesday.
Awesome.
I don't have to deal with Jossie joking on my phone anymore.
Don't you have a Samsung 9?
Mm-hmm.
What are you getting?
It's something Motorola. It's a Motorola.
Okay.
Nice.
Jossie can now not make fun of my phone anymore. Oh, rest in peace. Okay. Are we good now, guys? We cool?
Am I lagging still?
No.
Okay.
Oh, Duncan's coming in? Cool.
Yeah, he's in the. Yeah.
Duncan!
Let me add him in.
Can people actually hear me or no?
I can hear you.
Now you're on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantabulous!
Yay!
It's the first for us. Like.
Okay. All right. Because I haven't heard Duncan's voice in a while.
Yeah. So, like, this is like the first. I think it's the last time was like the very first video we did. Like almost 2 years ago now.
I don't think I've ever been in a video, just to say.
No, it was on Discord.
Yeah, it was like audio only. Yeah.
It was on Discord.
Yeah.
Then it was a long time ago because I don't remember.
Yeah.
The struggle.
Although he might not have been on it. It might have been just me. It might have been just you, Serena. Well, me, you, and Abby. I feel like that was the time when he was trying to be in, but timing didn't work out.
Okay. Cry. Okay. So Kate isn't coming in.
Maybe it's not yet.
Trying to peek at the messages without cutting out on my camera. I'm like having to hold my phone. Oh my goodness, guys, it's so fun. So fun indeed. I look like a hobo. That's
no, you don't.
I'm trying to PG this right here. I'm trying not to.
I mean, I can't even see you, but I'm sure that's not true.
my hobo appearance for today at work.
It works.
Okay.
I mean, we've all had those days.
Oop, oop.
Okay, let me try doing this, and hopefully this doesn't like break the entire stream. Is that working? Cool. Okay, awesome.
Oh, hey, there's my artistically written context right there.
She died for this interview.
I started editing this doc on Friday at like 4 o'clock, and then I didn't get to bed until like almost midnight because I was also finishing up a drawing for this doc too.
Dang.
So
I pity you if you think midnight's late.
Editing this stuff like 9:30, and then I started doing that drawing at like 9:45 and posted it.
Okay, we should be
Fabulous doc.
Right, it's actually people joining us now. So, Serena, you did this big interview. We're trying to dive into it and figure out what to expect going into season 4.
Yes. Despite the fact that it took a week, an entire week to get this done.
I will say it's definitely been very weird. Season 3, it was this break between, I think it was season 2 to season 3. It was like nothing. So it was quite interesting.
It's gonna get more in depth, get darker, a lot more darker.
Yeah, I feel like we literally got season 2 like.
Oh, that's good. I like the
like a Saturday.
We're gonna get into serious in depth.
Are we? This is gonna be just us like joking around and like Goose talking about the interview for an hour. But that's not really happening on screen. We're technically talking about it.
I'm talking about it. I'm talking about life.
And how you almost died for this.
It took both of us a week, and I lost so much sleep. Like between Friday and Saturday, to make sure this was released, I had 7 hours of sleep.
Jeez.
Like I was about to pass out before 8 o'clock last night, and I was like,
gosh.
I'm gonna post this. It was a good thing that I was in to do my job, just to do certain things at my job. Otherwise, I would have been like out cold in my on my chair, and my mom was questioning me because we were in the middle of watching House as I was like waiting to go back to my job. And then I got off work at exactly 8:30 and came back home. But I was very happy to have it like pre-ready. Otherwise, I would have been like clocked out.
Yeah, dead.
Hi, I'm not burping or anything. I just ate like spicy food, and now I'm like drinking Dr. Pepper and trying to like live stream here. But yeah, it was pretty, like I said, it was pretty long, very long week. And the week was super long, and I just wanted to end my life. Not literally. Not literally. I know.
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically, yes. Because it was really hard. It's hard because our time difference between Winnie is like 8 hours. Not you, Andi, and Duncan, but both me and Shilo.
First it's like 6.
Yeah. It's like an 8-hour difference, and I had to try and do this while I was getting ready for work too. Like I technically we thought we could do it during his lunch period, which is about 4 o'clock my time. And so I'm like, we'll try. And then I tried to do that the first time, and I woke up when my alarm like sounded, and then I turned my alarm off and went back to bed.
That's a risky game to play.
Sounds about right.
And so he messaged me and he was like, "Oh, crap, we totally missed the time." And he's like, "How about 6 o'clock?" And I'm like, "Your time, 6 o'clock. Gotcha." So we did it at so I got up at 9:30 in the morning, and got pre-ready, pajamas still on, everything.
Sorry.
You're making me echo. It's cool.
That's an echo.
And so I sat on my laptop, and he didn't get to me until like 10:20 because he had to like discuss some things about the show with, I think it was Jun. Yeah, it was Jun. He was talking to Jun. He's all like, "Give me just a few minutes. I'll be back in a few minutes." And I'm like, okay, got you, sir. Be good. And so he did, and we got through it, like 3 questions, and those 3 questions, and he's all like, "I have to head home now. Can we continue this tomorrow?" And I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So then I did the same like type of schedule and woke up at 9:30 and waited until like 10. And then it kind of slowly went to 11. And then he had to send me an apology because they suddenly got into a meeting. Meeting. Sent me a selfie with a Thomas, like.
That was what the selfie was about.
Yeah, it was like a deer on a headlight.
Yeah.
Right? And he told me, he's all like, tomorrow, got tomorrow. And then Thursday happened. We didn't do it again. And like, it was really difficult. I was like, did he forget about me? Did something happen? And I was so confused. And then I think he messaged me and then like, definitely Friday. We could do this on Friday. After I sent him a message, I'm like, I can wake up, I can lose time, lose sleep.
Do other things.
And he's like, no, you need to sleep. We're doing this tomorrow. No matter what. Okay. And so I had to babysit on Friday. So I was like doing this whole thing while I was babysitting. And some of the questions I had to like hurry and send because I had to drive home after I was done babysitting.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one with the Luca one where he makes fun of DQ. Low-key makes fun of DQ. Sorry, DQ. No offense though.
None taken.
Where he called Luca ugly. I was at the gas station at that time, and I think I literally like gasped really loud. I was a good thing I was outside though, so I didn't experience any weird looks. But I was like, what the heck are you doing to me? Why are you doing this to me? And so I thought I could try and pull a fast one, which kind of didn't work that well. That's where I got the beep part and in that. Anyway, finally got home,
Give the visual
and
aid.
you can literally
Yes. That selfie. Can it be a meme?
Beautiful. It should be.
See how tired we both were because we stayed up until like almost midnight trying to get this interview with me finished. And I was like really tired at this time. I was like, okay, I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. I've got this. We're done with this interview. He can go to bed, but I gotta edit this and get ready to release this on Saturday. And so yeah, that y'all know about the whole thing right there. And then this concludes to the release of it last night. And seeing all the excitement was really fun. It kind of threw a lot of people off because they're like, wait, what? New information? What information?
Right?
On a
I had
random
to
Saturday night.
So yeah, I had to tag Miraculous International. I did UK with Abby, the other Abby, and then I tagged
IE.
Miraculous Mexico, which is what Barry quoted, and
Mhm.
with the whole quick
Summary.
recaps.
Yeah,
did
the translation.
Quick recaps in Spanish, so that the people who didn't understand the English
Mhm.
could understand what was going on.
Mhm.
So
But I've seen it in like Italian and other languages throughout the day today. Like it's spreading pretty wide.
yeah, so there's people. I had I think the South Korean Miraculous account retweeted mine too.
I think it'll be,
Can I just say that when I was studying abroad last semester and I went to Italy, I saw so much more Miraculous apparel than I've seen anywhere else, and
Really?
and that wasn't much. So it was kind of funny for me just to see that. It's just like you don't see any in America, you don't see any anywhere else, but it's in Italy, of course.
yeah, I feel like it's running the account. Like there's been all the most coming international. Like we don't have any. Like even Canada has a lot more than we've ever gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you got South Korea too, which they have a lot of merch too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So much merch, and Shilo can vouch from that because
Personal experience.
the fact that her family goes to Korea almost every once a year.
I don't go to Korea. I just buy the merch from an online store called G Market, and then.
Oh wait, it was your mom that goes to Korea at least once a year.
Yeah, but she doesn't buy Miraculous Ladybug merch for me.
You begged her that one time, didn't you?
No, I didn't tell her because I didn't know how they sell Miraculous Ladybug merch in Korea, so I just buy them online. So that's where I get most of my Korean merch. It's G Market.
Gotcha.
Shipping's so expensive.
Shipping is expensive. Which we can also talk about the fact that I finally got the address for everybody.
The new office.
About that address because nobody shared that. Got that address of wanting to ship like fan art, fan stuff. So it was I was like, okay, everybody's been asking about this. What's the address? Are you able to share it now? And he's like, yeah, I could do it. No biggie.
Can I just say, when I sent that baseball, that cost a lot of money, and that wasn't even very heavy.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I can imagine like both just the weight and it being international too.
Yeah, I don't get why it's got to be so expensive international. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
One time, let's recap a story of mine. One time I sent something to Winnie, like a box filled with stuff, and it got lost in the mail. After it made it to the place, and then they sent it back because I don't know what the post office was doing or whatever, but apparently they wanted like over $200 or something, and it was weird. And both me and Winnie were trying really hard to like figure out what was going on because I got like an email from the French mail company about my order, and I only know some French, so I was like, can you translate this for me, Winnie? And I sent it to him, and he's like, they're sending it back to you. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I sent this out maybe almost a month prior. So I was really ticked off. And it had so much stuff in it. That's part of the stuff I gave it to you, Shilo, so that and I'm gonna give you money so we can send it.
Yeah, I just need to buy something for Thomas real quick, and then I can ship all of them. I have Winnie's gift over a year, and I'm just like, should send it by now.
Oh yeah, I unintentionally bought Asuka, the Asuka figurine, and I'm like trying to figure out how did I get Asuka. I'm like, well, he can have it, no biggie. Here you go. I'm like, put that over at your desk. But anyway, let's talk about that interview, about those semi-ish, not really spoilers.
Winnie's very good about not allowing spoilers. He really He's kind of like, hey, can you tell us something about the show? Yeah, just this little part and maybe nothing else.
I was like, bye.
Well, it was pretty interesting on some of the. I had to like rephrase some of the questions because I did want answers. I didn't want the whole be moment, be this, be that, be this, that.
Does he actually type just be to respond? Do you just ask a question and then suddenly you just see a lot of bees going across the screen?
Dang it!
And just like, did I break him? Did I break Winnie? Or
no. I've gotten those answers before, so I knew exactly what he was doing. I'm like, oh, is he trying to be a buzzard? Telling me no. But crap, I can't even. Maybe I should grab my laptop and look at these questions because I can't remember half the stuff I wrote and half the stuff he wrote. What's that question? I'm gonna like
bump it up. Let me see if I can.
What was the concept of the snake miraculous? Oh yeah, it was intuition. So that was pretty semi big right there. Because well, Thomas is inspired by mythology. So me looking something up related to intuition and the snake is not that hard. So that was something that was pretty interesting. I didn't come up with that question actually, and I was really happy that somebody else did and sent it to me, which I need to go and find that person and say thank you. And then he was pretty excited with the first script about when Adrian got the miraculous first before Luca. That was his script with a little help, in fact, but that was his. The whole joy of it all.
I thought that was one of the funniest homages. It wasn't really even a homage, but it was just funny how many people drew parallels to Infinity War from that.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, how many times did we win?
1,000.
How many indeed? And then with the whole thing of him saying Thass and Luca being perfect for each other, the whole mysterious, serious, mature, humorous, and having the philosophy in life, kind of thing, being that really was a nice touch of information. Now people will sort of understand why he has the snake miraculous.
Yeah.
Because with Luca, he's extremely wise for his age. Thinking about it, he would probably be a much better choice on the Guardian rather than Marinette. Not gonna lie.
If he had the experience in the Miraculous before, if he had more Miraculous experience, he would probably. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, he'd be more chill and relaxed.
More mature.
He is pretty relaxed and all that kind of fun stuff. Bless Luca.
Serena. So like I messaged Andrew, so the voice of Luca, so I know him pretty well. So I was doing my podcast because I'm doing about Hogwarts houses. So I messaged him, I'm like, so which Hogwarts house do you think Luca will be in? And I always see him as a Hufflepuff. And then he messaged me, he's like, Slytherin. I was like, okay. And then he messaged me back.
Isn't that kind of obvious?
Well, I think when you did the whole thing of who belongs in what house, I actually chose Ravenclaw for him because
really?
Yeah.
That was actually the highest vote.
Yeah, Ravenclaw, it's because of the fact that most Ravenclaws are extremely smart and wise for their age. Mm. And though there are some bad Ravenclaws, there are really good. There's some really good Ravenclaws out there. Mm. And I felt like he was more of a Ravenclaw than a Slytherin, no pun intended.
No, he did it with caps, like Slytherin, and I'm like, okay, Andrew, I got it.
Slytherin! Which kind of also reminds me of the fact that it was really hard to choose a house for Marinette.
It is.
Like, I was all like, she would fit perfectly in all of them. Like, she has different things that would play on each house. So it was really hard to decide. Because I was really debating on, like, Slytherin and Ravenclaw. And then she has her clumsy moments. So I was thinking Hufflepuff. And then there's the times where she has a lot of bravery in. So I was thinking Gryffindor.
Also, really why all the hate for Gryffindor? I don't get that. I see so many people online. It's like, oh yeah, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff. I'm like, where are all the Gryffindors at?
You know,
it's always
people aren't brave. That's the thing.
They're not brave to admit that they like Gryffindor.
There you go. Exactly.
I think in the thing that in your little poll thing, I think I chose Adrian as Slytherin. I might have either that or Hufflepuff.
I see him more of a Gryffindor. I know most people like him as a Huff, but combining his Chat Noir personality and him, I see him more Gryffindor.
Well,
I can see that.
Well, with that, I was thinking the fact that even though people see him as a Gryffindor, I see him as more of like a Slytherin, and it's more of like the fact that you read The Cursed Child, right? The play script.
Yeah, but I don't remember.
Spoilers.
Okay,
I read the plot summary and I wasn't really satisfied. So
the plot summary, it's not as great, but it was still pretty great. The son of Malfoy reminds me a lot of Adrian, and he's a Slytherin. So with that, I just kind of saw him with Adrian and kind of just stuck it right there. Because not only did Malfoy's son become a Slytherin, obviously, so did Harry's son. Harry's oldest, I think it was.
No, second.
His second son, yeah. Albus. And Albus is like the complete opposite of Malfoy's son, because Malfoy's son is pretty airheaded, and he's actually got a personality. He's hyper, he's active, he's happy. He does crazy ideas, all that kind of fun stuff. Like, he's the complete opposite of Albus, where Albus is like completely moody and he hates life and he has father issues. So it's actually it's pretty interesting. So I kind of see with the whole Adrian being in Slytherin.
Sorry, off topic, but
I felt like he was a Slytherin. However, I did say Alia was Gryffindor, 100%.
Yeah. No, that's not the question about that. Yes.
And I think I chose Kagami as I think Kagami was in Gryffindor, but I don't even remember my choices. Okay, we went
sorry.
Season 4. Yes.
Sorry, we went way off topic right there. We were just talking about a podcast future.
Yeah, so we're talking about Luca, and then we went to Hogwarts.
Okay, yeah.
Luca in Hogwarts, though. I mean, we makes sense. It wasn't like we just like completely went left field.
Yeah, we did. Scroll down a little more because I have to read.
Sure.
I don't remember half of what I wrote. Luca. Definitely. Oh yeah, I was kind of oblivious with that because when he said that he does have a lot of empathy, it kind of hurt my, like I had flashbacks of Cat Blanc. And we see him in the background playing music, and So
I noticed how everyone was freaking out over Cat Noir and Ladybug and all that other stuff in that episode, and then you were the only one that just came out on the Twitter feed and was just like, "But what about Luca playing music in the background?" And I couldn't. I was laughing too hard.
I think Alex did that too. Alex, I think I remember Alex making a post about that too. So I was just devastated over Luca. I saw Luca in the background and I was just so mad. I was like, wait, why is he the one playing the music? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? This is terrible. Why would you do this to me?
I feel like we were all just like enamored with the whole internet we were getting. That we was like Luca, he was there, but we didn't really think about him.
Honestly, all he cares about is Marina's happiness. So if she's happy, he'll be happy.
Yep.
Isn't that the exact reason why Marinette just gave up Adrian too?
Yeah.
That's true. Which also kind of brings up the fact that I secretly I not so secretly ship Luca with Chloe. Not gonna lie, when she made that comment, oh, he's so cute, kind of thing, while she was Miracle Queen, I was like, suddenly ship it. Do I ship that? I think I ship that.
Figure out the fans are gonna hate you for doing that.
I'm the person who shipped Chloe and Nathaniel, and then after Mark appeared, then I was like figuring out the whole Chloe thing, and then the whole moment she called Luca cute, I was like, that's my ship. That is my ship. That is my ship.
And then I as a tattoo.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. I still am a Luca-net shipper too, but
since day one, since day zero.
This is my shipping problem. Okay. Anyway, let's go down to so we're expecting more villains from the future. Should we also expect any more characters besides Alex? And when he said that, yes, we're expecting a new character coming back from the future, I was like, who could that be? Who would be somebody coming back from the future?
Mark Hamill.
Ladybug Chat Noir.
Yes.
Well,
Mark Hamill, yes.
Right there, but wouldn't it be more of a exclusive answer if it was like maybe Julika, or it could be Rose, or
adult Luca.
Future Luca. It could be future Alia. There's like so many people that could be because
they're future kids.
Well,
yes.
If you think about it, it could be Luca though, because so far it's only been confirmed with two Miraculouses, the Snake Miraculous and the Bunny Miraculous, where they can have some sort of effect towards time. Where Luca can reverse time and try and fix the problem.
Only for 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. But
make that work 10 minutes in the future. Somebody coming back from the future.
But with Alex's Miraculous, she can go through time, like her little bubble. But you have to also think about it. The Miraculous involves throughout time. So that 10 minutes could involve into something more. With the time paradox. And so,
also they could anyone could link up with Alex at any point and just go through time and then have that same thing apply.
Yeah. So basically, Alex could have started off early, like at a certain time, and she can only work with a certain time, and then it kind of just evolved into a much bigger power that she could use.
Ugh. Yeah, and there's other Miraculous that we still don't know yet, so we don't know what their power is, so they can be.
That's very true. There's a lot of Miraculous that we haven't seen powers yet. The only powers, which ones that we haven't seen yet?
The chicken, dog,
pig,
cow,
you literally just started listing animals.
Tiger. I'm so excited for the tiger. Everybody thought that the tiger was going to be Alex. We're not going to, or if it wasn't Alex, it would have been Julika.
Which is good. It still could be true, okay?
That could be true. But we have so many possibility characters coming back from the future. Like we saw Alex, and then we also saw Nino's little brother. So there's a lot to that one.
Can I also get something straight quick?
Right there.
Alex's Miraculous is the watch, and for some reason Alex already has the watch, but doesn't. It's already a Miraculous, but she can't use it. I'm confused at that.
We're all confused.
It might be the fact that the watch's Miraculous is like 2 parts. So the Miraculous isn't just a single Miraculous, but it's a 2-part Miraculous. That means you have to have like maybe one of the both of them Miraculous. That I'm trying to say this in a more easier way of explanation. Like the Bunny Miraculous can have 2 parts of the Miraculous. They're just separated. If you know what I mean.
I guess.
You guess? Okay. Be back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Don't drink too much soda, guys. Serious. I'll be right back. I'm gonna.
Hang on. I'll move you. There you go. So I guess we could just. Do you want to move on, or do we want to just marinate on that?
I don't know. I kind of still want to talk about what's going on with Thomas teasing Mark Hamill, like Mark Hamill, like responding on Twitter. Or something.
Oh yeah.
That's either nothing or that means something.
Season 5. I doubt. I highly doubt. They're gonna do something together that fast for season 4.
Yeah. Because when I visit the ZAG office last summer, they were working season 4. But I only saw a design. I really can't say, but and then they want to show me more, but they didn't know who I was because I partnered once with them, and then they're like, "Oh, let's show you the rest of the building," and then they're about to, and someone was like, "No, she can't come in." I'm like, "Thanks." Because they were just gonna show me just the when they're making the Miraculous Crush mobile game. So that's why they let me into the office. They're like, "Oh, you came all the way from Utah, so let's show you how we're making the game." And then some people were working on designs, so I got to saw just little, like very little. But there is a new character. I can say that. I think
she's back. Okay.
I'm back.
Hi.
Hey. Okay, so we were talking about who the future was, and do we have any final guesses, guys, on who it is? Who could it be?
For what?
For the
people coming back.
For the Miraculous Bunny, the Miraculous future character. Sorry.
Truthfully, I feel like Mark Hamill could be that. Honestly,
it's not going to be. It's obviously not going to be either the main 2 characters. Ladybug or Cat Noir. I think that was pretty clear that they're not going to do that. I mean, they wouldn't work so hard to make it seem like, oh, you can't see the adult Ladybug or Cat Noir in this. So
yeah.
I have a feeling that's kind of hinting that neither of them are going to come back in any kind of form. You might see like their backs or whatever, but not.
At least in the main show.
Yeah.
I
can't think of a character.
Ken sent me something and I don't know what it is. I shared a photo with you and I'm just like, what did she send me? I'm debating if I should go grab my laptop so I can like stare at things. Obviously kidding. I don't feel like it. Anyway. I'm gonna say that the future character might be Luca. Just because or Kagami, because
that's possible.
Yeah,
we're gonna be learning more on their characters in the season 4 and season 5. So so might as well suggest those two.
Or someone completely new that we haven't seen yet. I feel that's a possibility.
Yeah.
So do you want to? There's a thought here, and I'm just throwing a nickel on the well in this, and it's a weird expression. I don't know why I came up with that, but why can't I remember? Why can't I remember her name? That girl that Marinette babysat.
Manon?
Manon.
No. Because put in mind that they already had Nina's little brother come back. So what about someone else that's younger?
Manon.
Possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. It could be Manon.
Or Alia's twin sisters.
Yes.
Well, we did kind of get like the whole future hawk moth. That's not a hawk moth. And we see the two twin characters, which could be
I forget their names, but yeah.
I'm still intrigued by the fact that they were saying, "Oh yeah, there's this hawk moth. Like that's not the same hawk moth in the future."
Lila.
Yeah, no, that is pretty obvious at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've all but confirmed it at this point, yeah.
There's not really like another. I don't really see like any redemption arc for Lila in this at the moment.
No.
I think like a redemption towards Chloe more than Lila, even though Chloe's still very immature. And
Yeah, I feel like, yeah.
Chloe had a point where she was like, "Oh yeah, she's there," and then she just kind of went off the deep end again.
To me, it's more in character that she goes back to me. I didn't like the idea of her being redeemed like 180 degrees right away. I feel like season 4 will see more character development, or season 5 character development with her, showing there is consequences when you make choices, because with her character, she never gets punished for her consequence.
Yeah.
And this is her
Let me get this
consequence.
straight. There are 7 seasons that they've confirmed.
5.
5.
Because I thought there was.
Yeah.
I thought they were saying something about 6 and 7.
Thomas wants to do 7. That's why people are saying that, but Zag only confirmed
The show's only
5.
like 5. Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like in a way there's gonna be some sort of redemption with Chloe, just in a way where she interacts with Luca more. Maybe. Sorry, I'm still on that ship, okay?
I want to see more development with her and Marinette.
Oh, I do too. That too.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely.
I feel like they've been building towards it before the whole season 2 finale stuff.
Though I kind of want to see an interaction between her and Felix. Let's be real. Because
that would be good. Yes.
Because Chloe was Adrian's childhood friend, which also pretty much confirms the fact that she knows who exactly Felix is.
And they may have interacted before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she most probably hates Felix, which I kind of want to see that. I'm just going to sit that one in. Anyway, let's continue going down the line. Oh, hey, the balcony scene. He never actually, it's more of like what he experienced. So it was like a really deep, this was a really deep part of what we were discussing, where you have to feel empathy for the character and to understand what the character's position is all about. That's basically what he was trying to say. In case anyone doesn't know what that whole meaning was, I had to like fix a lot of spelling and rephrase it in a way to try and make sense. But I it's basically what it is. You're trying to empathize the character's feelings by being in their shoes. Try to imagine being in their shoes. Try to understand what's going on, what they're feeling, where the scene's at, basically everything. Kind of sort of explained that right there. when placing yourself in someone's shoes, you learn several things you never felt before. To understand and to empathize is the ability that usually brings in the hardships of expectations versus reality. Hey. I ain't into writing for nothing, guys. Hey. Oh. Okay. But that was just a pretty deep conversation. But I think we had more of a deeper conversation on the villain one too. Yeah. With Marinette having to be the new guardian. Oh, yeah, this one. Everybody's all like, oh, she's going to have a breakdown. She's going to break down. This 14-year-old's going to break down. And I'm like, well, duh.
I have a theory around this. I think because Feast, we saw that the monk and the temples are back. I feel like we might see the monks might try to either renounce Marinette as the guardian. Maybe they don't trust her being the guardian, or someone would help her because I don't think her training is complete because I think she still doesn't know what to do.
Is that what the Shanghai special could be about? Because
that's a good point.
Supposed to be located
that's a really
Shanghai?
Good point. Yeah.
That's the only reason I can think of Marinette going to Shanghai.
But then again, it's just half Chinese, so it could just be like a family reunion sort of thing.
That's true.
Well, considering the fact that since that beast character has been taken down and is gone, it means that the temple would be back though. With everybody else. Not unless everybody died, but this is a kids show and can't really say much on that.
I think at the end of the episode they did say the monks in the temple reappeared. So I feel like
they did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, it would be a more plausible reasoning of going to China and using the excuse of visiting family.
And then having this side quest sort of happen. Yeah.
So it's more of like visiting family would be a cover up.
Is it just me, but I kind of want Marinette to be the direct descendant of the Chinese ladybug?
That would be pretty cool. Imagine having that information.
I'm also trying to figure out, because you were supposed to have a New York special with Adrian and then a Shanghai special with Marinette. Is that kind of like the vibe there?
Well, I think it's the fact that Marinette's going to be going to Shanghai alone, while Adrian's going to be going to New York alone. But it also shows that in that little tease that that concept art, we also see Ladybug in New York too. So
I mean, either way, it still begs the question about, okay, is Hawkmoth just not going to do anything during that point in time? Because he's not going to know if they're on or not.
I imagine if Asia goes to New York, Gabriel will either be in New York or be, accustomed or know about that he's in New York, that Asia's in New York. So
New York Fashion Week. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's no way Adrian goes without Hawkmoth or Gabriel being there in some way.
Well, it would kind of make sense with New York Fashion Week because of the fact that yes, he's a professional designer. His son's a model, and with Marinette, she's a learning designer. She's still pretty small, but she knows two famous designers that have pretty much loved her designs, even though they're people.
It could be like the Aggress invited her to New York, so she goes back.
Definitely.
Miss or Chloe's mother could have done it, despite the fact that there's that time where she kind of made fun of Chloe's mom on purpose to get them to like each other again.
I see Gabriel doing it more than Chloe's mom, honestly. Because Adrian could talk him into it, like, oh, this would be really cool. She's really talented.
Gives her an opportunity. But what would explain Shanghai? Would she be going to Shanghai just alone, or like would we be seeing Cat Noir traveling to Shanghai with Gabriel.
I mean, what would be the reason for that, though?
There could be a lot of reasons.
Shanghai sounds exactly like a small, city. It's a big sort of business area, so it could be just a business thing.
Like it could be, basically it could be business, it could be fashion, it could be a lot of things. So
field trip.
So that excuse would bring Adrian to Shanghai, but then it's kind of like a conflicting moment because Adrian and Marinette don't know each other's identities too. So so this would be a challenge.
I'm still trying to think back though, because did they say where the temple was?
Tibet.
Yeah, Tibet. That's not exactly China or Shanghai. Yeah. So Shanghai might be something completely different. Who knows?
I mean, it could be a day trip. You could go. I mean, in theory, you could take a small 2-hour plane ride.
True.
And be there.
But then why call it the Shanghai Special?
I don't know. That's a good point. Yeah. I guess. Then again, you couldn't really confirm like, oh yeah, we're going to do this thing with the monks, in the temple before we got the season 3 finale.
Well, if you think about it, like when it comes to like the UK and France, it's like only like a 2-hour train ride, which wouldn't make much of a difference towards Tibet and Shanghai because they're in the same sort of location wise on the map. They're just not in the same exact spot. They're just in that general spot.
So I googled. So apparently it's a 6 or 7 hour flight to Shanghai to Tibet.
There we go.
Yeah, so it's not in that general like vicinity where it could be like 2 hours or whatever to train ride, but it would still be like say for example I'm traveling to California from Utah. That's like a good and I'm using the car or whatever. That's a good few hours, especially if I'm going to LA, because it took about 8 or 9 hours from Utah to LA and back. So took about 8 or 9, probably 10. We stopped in Vegas.
Like you do.
Well, I live like literally 5 hours from Vegas. So it's not far.
Yeah.
I think the only way if we're going to have both Marinette and Adrian, the only way I can think of them going is they go as a class field trip, because honestly, I think this school's rich kids. Or they
that's a ridiculously expensive trip, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, or the horse Miraculous.
Well, it's not. If you think about it, it's not as expensive as you think it would be because of the fact that U.S. trips go to the UK or France.
Study abroad, yeah. It's a big industry. Yeah.
This is not me pointing out on Final Destination. This is just an example because it does happen. Like.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
School trips happen and they travel outside their own country. Which totally off topic, but I might go to France finally. Try go to France, and you're coming with me, Shilo. Go with me.
You're gonna have to deal with my phobia of flying, so I'll be clenching on your arm the whole flight.
That's fine. Well, I was looking up things on flights, and we would have to take a plane from New York to make it cheap.
Which makes sense. New York, the hub.
And if we fly to New York, it's technically a round trip from here to New York is about $200 and something. And if we fly out from New York to France for like a week or whatever, it's literally like maybe 500 or 600.
Yeah. I want to go to Paris, but my eyes are like.
Well, yeah, but it's also you also need to keep in mind how much of the place is going to be in Paris. You'd have to find
I
hostels,
was
most
going
likely.
to Airbnb. There's some really cool Airbnbs over in Paris. Not gonna lie. That's how you go through Paris, man. It's using an Airbnb.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, we're gonna have to plan that trip.
Okay.
Cool. Cool bean.
You're gonna have to drug me in the flight though, because I will be paranoid of flying. It's been so long I fly that long.
We'll get you a face mask and some headphones.
No, you're gonna have to knock me out.
Why a face mask?
It's like a relaxing thing.
Are you talking about like an eye, like something you put over your eyes or your mouth?
Thick eyes.
The eyes.
Oh, is that really a face mask then? Or am I thinking
Technically, yeah, it's on your face.
Or I was thinking of the Korean sheet mask, like you just put on your face. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
I'm just imagining those. Like Serena's just dragging Serena and Shilo sitting in the airport, and then there's like, oh yeah, all boarding for this plane, and then suddenly Serena just knocks Shilo out and is just like dragging her to the queue, and it's just like, here's her ticket, and they just ask no questions about it.
This is the passenger that's coming with me. Don't worry. Here's her ticket. Here's her IG, just proof of that she's going.
And a permission slip that I'm allowed this woman to let me.
And then I'm sure that there's like a video recording. I have allowed so and so to slap me until I go unconscious. So cool.
Don't slap
me on this plane.
I'm kidding. Okay. Let's go back to the interview.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we were talking about that. Well, so basically, this is where he kind of says that he wishes he could be part of the writing team, but in a way, he's still is part of the writing team. He's just
not writing,
directing the floor where the edit goes through and edits and all that kind of fun stuff. That's fun little fact right there. He comes up with pretty much a good chunk of the Cat Noir pun, so hey. Anyway.
Why am I not surprised?
Surprising. Like when he makes jokes, it's like super awkward Cat Noir jokes, and it's just like so this is how our friendship is. Okay, so here's the question of will we be getting more Felix in the future episodes? Of course. I kind of figured as much that we were probably going to be getting Felix, but I just needed to double check with him.
Yeah.
Because Felix is of an importance. Especially considering the fact that one, he kind of stole from Gabriel, and Gabriel's pretty ticked off about that, and two, I just kind of see the whole Gabriel versus Felix thing.
Yeah, it's interesting for them to really talk about going to season 4.
What was that?
It says it's an interesting dynamic to even just to talk about. Or even have interaction with.
Yeah, but I kind of wanted to know if Felix gets akumatized, which he's like, no spoiler, and I'm just like, ha ha. Does this mean he will get akumatized?
He didn't say no.
It's gonna be like the Chat Noir PV version. That's his akumatized form.
He didn't say no, but he didn't say yes either, so it's hanging up there. As in,
he doesn't know if Adrian is Cat Noir, but he gives Felix, who's literally looks exactly like him, the same exact outfit. It's just like, oh yes, I still can't see the difference. I still can't see who this person is.
Well, it's cool. It's cool that we get more Felix. I was pretty excited there. I was like, oh my god, more Felix! Yes. Who is this? Oh, there's a live comment. Oh, hey, are you waiting season 4 too?
Yes.
Heck yeah, we are.
Yeah, definitely.
Like everyone else.
Yeah, we're waiting.
No, we get an advanced preview. Just we got nothing, but we get an
We've
advanced
already seen
preview.
it.
We're joking.
So that I could bring and rise the fandom back from the dead. Let's be real.
It's super dead.
It's so dead. It's all like rising from the dead. I'm alive. I'm alive.
I think if we get an episode of Felix, I think we'll get to know more of Emily's family. My theory is Emily's family is a jewel collectors.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because she knew about the Miraculouses and then the twin rings, which I still don't get. I feel like the family just collects jewelry, like important jewelry of mythology or something.
Which probably make a keen interest for Gabriel, because the dude likes fashion.
Yep.
And he was very like looking into Marinette's like earrings when he was at the house, when Ladybug was at the mansion. Yeah, when that was, but yeah.
You basically see all the butterflies around his house and stuff like that too, which kind of brings me back to Cat Blanc.
This more the whole thing.
The episode that scarred like half the fandom.
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
I'm wondering if that's why the fandom's dead. Just that episode was just like, bam.
It was too much.
half the fandom's dead.
Literally died.
They just haven't recovered.
It's gonna get in more depth with the darkness, guys, because the show's finally going into the darker route, route, where we're gonna see more, and we have the aggress just the center of the tension. So
Do you think we'll have interaction between Felix and Marinette? Not as Ladybug, but as Marinette.
Probably. And she's probably going to be pretty mean to him. I'm pretty sure. Because she's going to remember Felix as a Ladybug. So she's probably going to, in a way, treat him like a male version of Chloe.
Chloe, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
But then again, what situation would they be in for them to be like interact?
Maybe Adrian.
I want the situation where they are trapped together.
Trapped dimension in the elevator or something. That'd be funny.
They're like they hate. Well, if they act like they hate each other's guts and everything like that, you could totally imagine how they would react towards one another being trapped together.
Just to be just like, no, I don't want to do this, but we're stuck together.
Hey guys, I'm sorry to do this, but I gotta head out. Just wanted to be for a little bit.
All right, well, it's good to talk to you.
Yep.
Good talking to you, Duncan.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
I got that random message on Instagram too. I had so many things on Instagram, and I got so many things on Twitter. When do the whole Oh God, I have like so many notifications, guys.
Oh dear.
I almost dropped my phone. Joke's on you, I'm getting a new phone anyway. Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, every villain akumatized. Oh, they basically say the designs aren't hard, but in a way, when he said that you have to have in sort of like a self-control on the design sometimes, because sometimes it's pretty hard to not have self-control. That's basically what this is saying. I'm like looking at that chat thing. I was like, what? Okay. Pretty fun. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. See, yeah. So basically, constraints. Lots and lots of constraints. Hey, look, the question. Oh, I didn't put that. I should fix that because I didn't put that in pink highlight right there. How do you feel? You personally feel on both Luca and Kagami? Hey, it's that question that everybody hates.
Kind of.
Kind of. I find Kagami perfect and Luca ugly, and I had to put that note. He's joking, so don't get mad. Kagami was made by Sam G, while Luca was made by DQ. Hazard? I think not. But being more serious, they both are perfect, and of course their story is far from being finished. Hey! Hey!
They're not dead.
And some people really they bash on Kagami so much.
They do.
And then I'm like, why does Kagami get more hate than Luca? Why?
Although people hate on for a long time. I feel like we just got to a point where people have accepted Luca.
There's some people I've seen comments. A couple people have commented about the whole fact that they're not a big fan of Luca and Kagami. So it was like, why are you making these comments to somebody who likes these characters?
More than a lot of other people. Like, some could say a little too much.
Yeah, I'm like, it's fiction. Don't take it too seriously. I don't know.
Yeah, it is fiction. Please don't take it seriously. But continuing.
No, I'll talk about this. Is another interesting thing. Just like the different studios working on Kagami and Luca. Like, does he mean like the actual designs of the characters, or just the first time we saw them, like animated?
And I've already told you guys that I've sort of already knew of these characters, like way ahead of some people. But with Kagami's character, when I first tried to sketch out what she could possibly look like, it was pretty close on the actual design. I drew her more of a tomboy before her actual design came out.
Which you kind of get, definitely, still in her final design.
Yeah, that's true. I drew her in a more casual tomboyish look, but I did sort of match up with her hairstyle, which was short. Things you learn, because so that was fun. And then when they finally said, oh yeah, so we're gonna have love rivals in here, and I'm like, we're finally talking about this. Okay, cool. But yeah, I was really excited about Kagami. I didn't really have much of a preference with Luca's design because I was just told in a way that it was gonna be a pretty boy, and I'm like, okay, no biggie. But then Kagami in a way was mentioned. I was like, Kagami. I'm already in love with her, and I don't even know what she looks like. But yeah, I was big on Kagami first before Luca's actual character was shown. Then my whole world changed, and it all became Luca. What will we be getting? Oh, so that whole and you should know it kind of thing. We'll be getting some kind of continued relations. Well, of course we're gonna be getting more. He just couldn't say it.
Yes. We couldn't say anything else about it.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. So might as well. This one is a topic that everybody misunderstood. Even I misunderstood until I had that conversation with Winnie.
Same.
The whole Sam G disbanding, but really it's not. So I'm gonna apologize on that to Zag for just a small bit, but Zag, I'm still not your fan. Sorry, dude. Not sorry. But with that, it's gonna be the 50-minute TV specials, the two. Because I thought they were going. They put these in the back burner, that they weren't gonna bring these up anymore, because sometimes that happens. Like
you
get special ideas, and sometimes they get recycled or they get tossed, and we never see them. Like, for example, we were supposed to get a 2D OVA of Miraculous Ladybug from Toei. I still can't say that.
I think it's Toei.
Toei.
I don't know. I'm not Japanese, let me not die on that hill today.
Yeah, we were supposed to get that, and then they kind of tossed it. So it kind of like brought the whole fandom up hype. And then when they said, "Oh, we're not doing the OVA anymore," it was just kind of heartbreaking. So that's what I thought was this. So I wasn't putting my high hopes on those two specials, but since Winnie just finally confirmed it, that they are in the midst of working on it, and it's gonna be 50 minutes, I'm pretty happy. You know what's funny? On Instagram, people share this information, and they add 52 instead of 50 minutes. And I know it's just like 2 minutes longer on their preferences, but I don't know. I was like really annoyed at like the number. I'm like, no, it has to be 50 because the time that we talked about was 50.
I mean, truthfully, honestly, I think because to like 44.
Well,
the normal episode is 22.
Yeah.
With that,
roughly,
it'd be 50. Well, if you think about it, it technically is an hour special, but hour specials usually take 10 minutes of commercials.
Yes. Yeah.
So it would be 50, not 52. I know I sound so salty about it, but I'm just a little disappointed that people put 52 instead of 50. I know it's such a small thing, but it just annoys me, and I'm like, it's probably because of the fact that I'm so tired from the whole thing that
experience.
My nerves are just a little shot. So I don't know why that would really annoy me, but I just don't like it when certain people put misinformation, because it has happened.
Yeah. But that's just interesting that it's going an hour to begin with, because the Christmas special shot was 30 minutes, was 21.
Yeah, with the whole Christmas special, it was supposed to be a lot longer, but Jeremy cut that. So I'm just really crossing fingers that he doesn't do this to these two idiots. Last minute cut them, because that would be disappointing.
Yeah. And you could tell in the Christmas special it felt rushed.
Yeah.
It felt extremely rushed. I was pretty disappointed on some things, but then again, I kind of, played that video over and over again for a stream of people who didn't see the episode. And so I had to listen while I was asleep over and over and over and over and continuously over for like a good maybe 6 hours.
Yeah, like I joined the fandom so I watched Miraculous 2 weeks before season 2 came out, so I was watching it. My sister was like, there's a Christmas special, and I'm like, wait, what? So we watch it when it's not Christmas, because it's October.
The Christmas special, I was so excited when I was told that the Christmas special was going to be an actual thing, that it was a musical, and I was really excited about it, okay? So I remember having a discussion with Winnie way back yonder. I'm like, hey, I just recently watched the Buffy musical video, musical The musical episode. Like, my mom's a hardcore Buffy fan, and so I've seen it countless of times, but it still gets to me because the music is so lit. And I love the music from the Buffy musical episode. So I'm like, hey, wouldn't it be great if we would have like a musical? And Wendy's all like, that's actually a great idea.
We're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it.
And then I guess he took the time to have like a discussion, I guess. And I was like, oh, okay, kind of thing. When I saw that it was becoming like an actual special, the Christmas special, I was like, music. Yes.
I was really scared about it at first because, especially the whole musical aspect of it, because like we hadn't seen music be in the show at all before that point.
Mm-hmm. I was pretty excited. I think I was like on the phone with Ken one time and I was like super excited about it. We were like gushing about it because he was posting stuff about making it on his Twitter feed. Mm-hmm. And I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my god, I'm finally gonna do a musical. I'm so excited. I started crying. I'm like, there's gonna be a musical. And then the fact that there's actually a live musical now that came differently. But I was really excited about the animated musical because it's like, oh my god, I've been having a terrible day. And this is my day. I was like crying. I swear to God, I'm crying.
So like, this is just me not, bashing the Zag or who made this, because it is. I just don't like musical episodes. Like, I just don't. And so I was watching this, and my sister didn't tell me, and I was like, oh no. I'm like, so I like sit there for a whole hour. I'm like trying, because you guys know how I interact when I cringe, and I'm just like, And so on Christmas, my dad was going through like the Christmas stuff on Netflix. He doesn't watch Miraculous Ladybug, but he knows it because we talk about it. And he was like, is a Christmas episode any good? And I'm like, well, it depends. Do you like musicals? But yeah, that was like my interact, because I didn't know it was a musical special. So I was like, yes, Christmas. And then I was like, oh.
Why is Ladybug singing?
Not Bryce or anything, but he is not a singer. I'm sorry, dude. He is not a singer. Mm-mm.
For me, it's like
him singing, it was so funny. I heard him singing, and my ears, I was like, ow.
For me,
and here you have Sheila, who's been in like theater, and she's sung in musicals, and then you have Marinette,
Christina,
actress Christina, who sings for a living.
Yeah.
So, and then you see Bryce, who doesn't know how to sing. So it's just like, hey, you got this combo, you got this combo. What's this?
To me, the lyrics are too cringy, so I listen to a different language. I can't. Like, Christina has a really wonderful voice. I agree with that, but the lyrics is too cringy for me, especially that one song. So I listen to it in a different language, so I don't have to understand what they're saying.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, the one song that made me cringe was the one where she was like imagining Adrian and stuff. That made me cringe a lot.
What's the title? Like, the boy I secretly love? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I secretly
love. That sounds like it, honestly. Yeah.
I'm just like, oh no! I was like cringing so hard. I'm like, Marinette can sing, but oh gosh, the lyrics.
Who wrote this?
All the lyric choices, I was like, why? But okay, let's pass that musical thing. Let's go continue through that.
Okay.
Because I don't think I want to remember some flashbacks here. every time my cousins put the musical on, I just have to like cringe a little because I'm like, I can't enjoy this anymore.
Oh.
Okay, so since season 3's been now final episodes have finally. Oh no, not really. As the show is now getting more and more emotionally in depth, he like more of the sequences in the shows, like the pool sequence where that one like hit home right there. The Marinette losing her hair knots, her ponytails. I was like, oh, are you really gonna bring that up when he said that? I'm like, oh, we're gonna remember Cat Blanc where she doesn't have any ponytails in her hair, and then we're gonna go back up to this one episode. To what was it? Heart something. It was like heart attack or whatever. I don't know.
You went the finale episode?
Yeah, it was the first part. Anyway, you go up to that episode and you're just like, oh, thanks. Ripping my heart out right now. Cool.
It's fine.
But yeah, he brought that up and I was like, are you really gonna bring that one moment that like breaks my heart eternally? Where he doesn't remember seeing her with her ponytail? Are you kidding? So I was just sitting here and we were like, you could like sense in our words, the word choices that we were doing, that we were both mentally and physically exhausted. Like we were really tired at this point. We didn't even finish really making that conversation because he didn't respond back on that one. And I'm like, he's probably like getting super tired right now and waiting for that other question. And I'm like, okay, let's do that. Okay, let's do that. I'll let him go to sleep, and I'm gonna try and go to sleep. But in reality, I didn't go to sleep.
Okay, sorry, I have to go. It's my dinner time.
All right. Well, see you, Shilo.
See ya.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna do the conclusive of the final question right here. Do you have any small messages, basically? And that was basically saying, brace yourself, lads. Because you're gonna get blown away.
I am on the hatches.
And of course, he basically said thank you. But he did the bug out, and I had to put the little logo in there next to the bug out before I drew my drawing right there. This chibi drawing of mine, beautiful. Yeah, it's so cringy in a way for me. The whole thing where an artist looks at her stuff or their stuff, and it's just like, I don't feel pretty happy about this. But in a way, I feel satisfied. But
so that would work.
We went through the whole entire interview.
We did.
We lost Duncan, and then Shilo like moment.
It was literally just like us falling apart as the stream went on.
That's cool. I mean, we're literally pretty much done going through it. How did you like the interview, though?
I mean, I liked it. It was definitely, we got a lot of information, especially about the whole behind the scenes of the show, like stuff we wouldn't even think about beyond just like plot details, just about how the plot of the show. That's really cool.
It is. It really is. And you see why I never bother Winnie as much as I do. I usually just, like, spam him with art, and that's Evangelion art I send him. I didn't even, and then I even send him like anime recommendations too, because that's what we are, guys. We're weebs.
That's all we do.
He's a weeb, though. He says he's a otaku or he's a nerd or something like that. Whatever words he wants to choose. A geek. But I'm like,
all of the above.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure, sir, that that your inner weeb comes out. Like he literally watched Demon Slayer, I think in like 2 sittings or something like that, because he watches anime with his wife. So
yeah, that's nice.
Two weebs in a room. What do they do?
The one natural thing to do.
Yeah, sometimes I recommend anime to him. Sometimes he'll he will randomly maybe recommend me like maybe one, but that's a rare case. That's a rare case because he's really busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically my life, and we're very busy people, so getting this out. This was literally like planned. I asked him when we did our second interview. I was like, okay, can I do a third interview where after like season 3 gets released and all that kind of stuff, and season 4 is gonna be released soon? He's like, yeah. And then we had this all planned out, and I decided to contact him in like December, and I'm like, hey, can we do this around New Year's? And he's all like, maybe yes, maybe no, and then it kind of went through, and I'm like, okay, can we try January? And he's like, yes, no.
Yeah.
And then we finally got to a weekend, and then that would probably have worked, but then he had to go to the convention for Bay Day. So I was like, stuff that happened. And so it basically took us starting from December all the way up to the end of February to get this.
To get it out.
It took a lot because, like I said, we're 8 hours apart. So
and he's busy directing a show. You're busy with your life.
Yeah. But that's pretty much the whole thing that's going down. Guys, please stay alive. If anyone is watching this stream, just stay alive.
Yes.
Kick back. Enjoy your lives. Don't grudge over for season 4 because it's just gonna get really slow. Just try and
for a
push
while.
yourself. Yeah, push yourself into like other activities. Go hiking. Spend time with your family. Get into another series, for crying out loud. It's gonna
There's
take
a lot of good stuff.
But it will be well worth the wait.
Yep.
Because I haven't been disappointed at all. Waiting. When the first season was ever released back in 2015, there was a time period that I wasn't within the fandom. I mean, like, I was a big fan of the PV, which I watched when it was released. But with that, there was that dark age moment that nobody experienced and that I've heard stories of, where people were like really depressed because there was no episodes being released. And then after that long period, they started releasing episodes again.
You're talking between the first bouts that was on like Career at France, and then you got the rest of season 1.
Season 1 was actually released in Korean first.
Yeah. And then Friends,
Fun fact to those who are new to the fandom, and you're not aware of that, but yeah, it was released in Korean first. I kind of was drooling over Adrian's Korean voice actor when I first watched the episode.
Man, that brings it back. Yeah, because like, let's get back to like me getting into the show. Like, I watched the first episode, Babylon was on Nick, and then like binged the other 8 episodes that were out of the time in Korean.
Yeah, Nick was like, not put on Nick. That was a Tuesday because they chose it on a Sunday, at a time where kids weren't watching it. It had
Sunday at noon.
yeah, most people were ever like either outside playing, kids were playing, or they were at church. So it was like,
and then it did Sunday nights for a long time.
It was in death row in Nick, which
I
knew that wasn't gonna happen. And then I had a conversation with Jared about certain things when he was the previous voice director for the Miraculous Voices, like Jared Wolf something, I can't remember. Anyway, so I remember having a conversation through email. I'm like, okay, so what happened to Jared? And they're saying Jared went to another bigger thing. And I'm like, oh, so Jared's no longer with ZAG. And they're like, yeah, he's not with ZAG anymore. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't have that interview for nothing, but cool. And he was the one in a sort of way was like hyping the OVA, but not. Because he did the work previously from Ezra, if I remember correctly, because Ezra didn't get into, like, we didn't actually see Ezra as the main voice director until a little bit later after Jared left. So I had no idea who Ezra was. And so, yeah, now we have Ezra.
Now, of course, he's become pretty much defined the face of the show at this point, at least to the American audience.
But I won't really go much into detail on certain things.
Fine.
Yeah. But there's so many things that I know with what goes in the background of something. So you guys just have to be really patient. This is directed towards like all those fans that are very impatient, because things happen in the company, and this is not directly just ZAG. It's Method and DQ. They have so much stuff that they have to do in order.
And then the broadcasters too.
Oh yes, the broadcasters. Broadcasters can be a little pinch because there's disagreements that happen, and they can't decide on dates, and it's just them going around in circles half the time. So it's technically not their fault. Please try to refrain from asking Thomas and Winnie when is it coming, because
they
they're
don't
not
know.
be able to answer that because they have no way of knowing. It's Jeremy that knows these answers,
and the networks
and the broadcasters, the networks, all that kind of fun stuff. That's between them. Thomas and Winnie have no idea. Try to not ask them, because they've been asked hundreds, maybe thousands of times the same question on repeat, and they basically are either will ignore the questions, or they will get a little annoyed with the questions after seeing the same question over and over again. So just try to refrain from that. Try to be patient. As somebody who is Thomas and Winnie, they're under a lot of stress, so don't take everything by heart. Sometimes they do like to joke on their Twitters in a more way to cope from stress, if you know what I mean. That's basically what a lot of people do. They cope.
Yeah, they vent and they
posting
say
stuff
they may not mean.
So don't take it to heart on half the things that they say that sounds mean. It's just all the stress that they've been dealing with and everything that they're doing. Like they have children too, so you have to also think they literally some days will literally sleep at the office. So you just have to like imagine being in their shoes, and it's just pretty hard on them. And as someone who doesn't know how that is, I can imagine what they're going through, and you don't want to just annoy them and continuously ask them the same questions over and over again.
Yeah.
It's basically going to be the same answers, and you can see the answers like all over the internet. But yeah, there's my little small rant. Sorry, guys. This is my way of defending Thomas and Winnie.
And the whole crew, honestly, because I'm sure everyone deals with it to some extent.
Yeah. They go through a lot. It's a stressful job. Even though they love it, it really puts a lot of stress emotionally and physically.
Yeah, definitely.
You just have to think and try and respect their boundaries. Yeah.
That's a good place to wrap things up. So season 4 will be out eventually. We know the fall is what we have tentatively as a date.
Fall, but it might come out like late fall, so don't get your hopes up.
Okay.
It might even go into winter, so we've been delayed plenty of times before,
Yeah.
so don't expect it. Keep your hopes low until you see
something official.
Information.
I won't imagine we hear anything until Comic-Con again. Unless about
Jeremy might be talking about the movie, so yeah. Most likely we'll be talking about the movie. I wanted to go to San Diego Comic-Con, and tickets are already sold out.
Of course, they sell in like 5 minutes.
Within 5 minutes, and it's annoying. But whatever does is whatever does. But this concludes this long live. I'm sorry that you guys had to listen to me talk. I know, I'm an annoying person.
It's a lot of fun, Good way to keep everyone up to date.
Yeah, I look like a hobo, ready to go to bed. So
I'm good looking in the library, so I mean, I don't know who has worse.
I want to go to bed, but I have to finish a commission. So here's my sad looking dab.
I'd be remiss to say follow us on Twitter at MLB Can Unite. We'll have all the updates and everything until season 4 drops. And when season 4 drops, we'll be posting reactions to hopefully every episode as they come out. So just stay tuned, basically. And with that, we say so long.
Bye.
Bye.